welcome to the very first episode of the Stitch and Thread Knitting Podcast. My name is Anna and I'm coming to you from the rolling hills of Kent, which is in the UK. It's a lovely day outside, probably like second day for the first time, 1st of May today. So it brings me hope that the spring is still going to happen in this country. It was really cold last month, I believe. I mean, I'm anxiously sitting and waiting when I can just go out and enjoy the sunshine, but it was a bit gruesome. So I'm happy. I'm just right there is my window and happy to see some sun out there. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Hope you grab yourself something to drink, some knitting, that would be good, and hang out with me. It's my first ever video, so I'm very grateful for you being here and listening to me chat. Happy to receive any constructive criticism, any feedback, because obviously it's a work in progress. It's my first try. If I'm looking down, chances are I'm looking at my nose. I was trying to prepare and see. Anyway, we'll see how it's gonna work. Today I have 2 finished objects for you. Basically, just before I even start, I just want to say I'm gonna do what normally presenters do. I mean, I watched plenty of knitting podcasts, so I will start with the same thing, like finished objects, what I'm wearing, works in progress, and possibly some acquisitions. So I'm not gonna do anything particularly new. But however, we'll see how it goes, and I'm planning to create maybe a video a month just to document my progress, and if you guys will find it interesting, I feel like monthly podcasts probably would work well, because apart from knitting, I'm also a keen baker. I like to embroider as well. So I'm probably not going to share too much of that in here, just maybe tiny bits, but just to say I have a family, I have a husband, 2 children, and a lovely cat who chances are sometimes she's lying on my bed behind me, so you might be able to see eventually. So I have a lot of family commitments. However, during probably the last year or so, I feel that knitting kind of took over my life, and I cannot wait to share this with you, because my poor husband, as much as I love him, he's trying to be nice and ask how things going and what I'm doing, and I'm obviously showing him all these best yarns, but I know he's not that interested. So hopefully I can have an outlet for people who are also interested in the same thing as me in knitting, and maybe possibly the same patterns, and we can share, we can kind of give feedback to each other. So hopefully you'll find my videos useful, and as I say, just feel free to comment, like, subscribe, whatever people do here on YouTube. So let me start, I guess, finally. I'll start with what I'm wearing, which is also my first knitted object. This is a Semper Sweater. This is a pattern, let me just show you like this nicely. Ooh, yes, I like that. This is a pattern by the Knit Purl girl. What should I talk about this? The interesting thing is, when I purchased this pattern, the Knit Purl girl, the actual pattern states that she's a tighter than average knitter, and I'm a tight knitter. So my surprise was immense when when I hit the gauge for the first time. Let me actually show. I have a nice swatch here. That's the interesting one. I don't know if there will be any difference. You can't see, but anyway, I believe I just show you the swatch. So Let me just see, actually, I kind of put everything here. Yes, this is a swatch still for, let me see. Yeah, I figured out how the camera works. Yes, so originally, this is a swatch made with Knitting for Olive, merino in dusty artichoke color, as well as mohair by Canard. And that's the original yarn I was going for. However, I think I was ordering something else, and I like this. I like it, but I feel like it's, I mean, I know the camera shows, but it's more like a cooler green. Mohair by Canard, let me actually grab it just a second. I'm back. So mohair by Canard is this yarn, which it's beautiful, but it is more from kind of a cold green, even like, I would say even greyish a bit. So let me just show you together. I have a leftover of Knitting for Olive one, which I used for Semper Sweater, which is, by the way, a really nice warm toned kind of dusty, they call it dusty artichoke, and I think it's just a very nice name for it. But when you kind of put them together like this, let me show you. Yep. You see, the Knitting for Olive is quite warm, while this just looks a bit greyish. Yeah. So I must admit, I've started knitting the sweater. I did the whole neckline, I believe I started it. And then I ordered some, I think it was something else possibly, just to try a couple of colors for Isa mohair. And I'll just show you now. Let me see if I can. Like this. You can see quite a big difference, right? So again, this is very nice and warm. And here's a bit, it's also warmer tone, more greener on the warmer side. And I think the actual core is kind of like yellowish. So again, it gives a bit of a warmer tone. And when I saw this, I was like, I need to redo it. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And yep, so the result is that I still have this lovely color, which I still like, but I feel I probably will need to use it for a different project. And probably maybe in a combination, but again, with a different yarn combination. And I went with these two. That's actually all I have left. I used 4 balls of Knitting for Olive, merino, and I used, this is all I have left from the 4th ball of Isa Silk mohair. I needed the smaller size, I think a size A in the pattern, because I'm quite a petite girl. I'm just over 5 feet, which is like 1 meter 54 centimeters tall, so quite short, and so like a short torso as well, and just generally a petite lady. So I didn't need a lot, and because I hit gauge, I knew exactly. I mean, I think the pattern actually calls for Knitting for Olive, merino plus mohair, so I knew exactly how much yarn I need. It was very easy. As you can see, this is a raglan sweater, just nice raglan. And another nice thing here is just basically you knit the neckline and you kind of fold it over and pick up stitches here, I believe, which was a very nice touch. And I did it for the first time. I'm not an experienced knitter, so I still liked it. Didn't have to redo anything. It was very straightforward. As for the pattern, I was very happy with the designer's pattern. It was very wordy, I guess you can say. So for if you are looking for a first ever raglan sweater, I think this is the way to go. It's a very simple sweater, like a day sweater, and this is exactly what I wanted. So I didn't want a super oversized one. I wanted just something I can wear on a day-to-day basis, which is reasonably warm, and actually even I don't really have anything underneath, so see, it's just quite nice. Let me just show you. where I needed, that's my belly button, I guess. So yeah, so it's a bit low. I guess I could have done it a bit more cropped, but as I said, I didn't plan to do that. Yeah, I mean, very happy. It's possibly because of the gauge, lucky me. It turned out, in terms of measurements, turned out exactly as pattern suggested. I think for if you're like a seasoned knitter, possibly it would be too many words for you, because it's a simple sweater and it was quite a few explanations, but I think this sweater is aimed for beginner knitters, which is why I think that's fine, and I really liked it. I think there were a couple of like links to videos if in case you haven't done something before, so very, very happy. And one thing I want to mention, and I am actually quite curious, as I said, I used 4 balls of merino, 4 balls of silk mohair by Isaiah. I didn't have a single knot in merino. However, in a couple of skeins of mohair, I had like 2 or 3 even knots, and I was quite surprised. I felt like this one of the probably more expensive yarns is mohair, and I didn't expect so many knots. I mean, I think my sweater is okay. I don't really have any knots showing off, but it made me a bit uneasy. But the thing is, I used, in terms of mohairs, I used drops mohair, I used Gepard Kitsata, and I didn't really have any knots whatsoever. So having so many knots in this one, I actually don't understand if I'm just not lucky or that's normal. So please, if you kind of knitted with Isaiah mohair, if you can tell me that's just normal, or what should I expect? I don't know. Because yes, my expectations were a bit high in terms of knots, but maybe I'm in the wrong. I don't know. But anyway, just please let me know. I'm curious. Yeah, I think I talked about the pattern. Now about the fit, as I said, it's exactly, I think, as pattern says. It looks exactly like that. It's fine. But the interesting thing is that my daughter, she's 9 now, and she's gonna be a tall girl, but she's already kind of getting kind of up to my nose. Very nice, long legged, skinny girl. And I asked her to wear this one, and I think I'll probably try to put a picture. And she's, it looks really nice on her. So now we're at the point where, should I give the sweater to her, or should we just be this beginning of the point when we can start sharing our wardrobe for a little while? I don't know, but it's a bit sweet. But interestingly enough, I feel like with a bit more positive ease, it looks a bit better on her than it does on me. So I have this idea of knitting another one of these, because I quite enjoy the pattern, very easy pattern, and exactly what I wanted, like a day sweater in a nice color. Because, so as I said, I did the first size, so I could easily knit a second size, so I would have a bit more ease for myself. Maybe do it a bit cropped, maybe slightly shorter than this, and give this to her. I don't know. We'll see. But the notion is quite interesting when you knit yourself a sweater and your daughter looks much better than you. Yes, it's sweet anyway. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. Not much more to say about the sweater. Oh, apart from, I guess, modifications. Basically, I followed the pattern apart from using Italian binder for my arms. Yeah, let me just see if I can show you. Yeah, this is Italian bind off. I mean, I used it for a couple of other sweaters and I really enjoy it. So I decided to bind off using the Italian bind off here, I think, as well. I just like the look. I like this quite stretchy, and yes, it is obviously taking longer, and sometimes I just have to bite the bullet and do it. But I think with time, I'm getting better and better, and I'm just, I just like, okay, I'll do that because I like it. So that's, I think, the only modifications I did. Otherwise, it's just per pattern. And as I say, can highly recommend the designer. I know now that I can knit her designs easily because, I hit the gauge, which is not very normal for me. Most of the time I have to go up needle size. I know. Okay, the next finished, sorry, I think it was a noise in my my notes. So the next finished object is a super Selene sweater, which I needed for my husband. So I don't think I should attempt to even put it on me. It's huge. Let me just show you. It's a circular yoke sweater, very oversized. Yeah, like this. It's huge. I mean, my husband's quite tall but skinny, so this is actually second size as per Super Selene, Selene. I'm not quite sure if this was the right way pattern. It features this very tall neckline. Again, Italian. This is Italian cast on, and also I used Italian binders everywhere. It's just I don't know, a couple of patterns by Anne Ventzel. She seemed to be using this. Yeah, let me just show you. It's beautiful. I mean, I really like the finished look of it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even mind twisted rib as well. I used 5mm needles, as well as I think I went up the size for the color work as the designer suggested. I mean, I love this, I must admit. So originally in January I participated in a knit along. I made myself the same Super Selene sweater. I absolutely loved it. I think I had so many. I told my family so many times how much I love it, how warm it is, that I was asked, shall we say, to create a sweater of this sort with this kind of pattern for the whole family. So I needed for my daughter like a Selene junior version, and this is my third. It's the biggest one, actually, I must admit. The biggest for my husband. Just one thing which I think would be useful for people if you're thinking of knitting this sweater is that the arm depth on this sweater is quite low. So for my own sweater, I needed quite a few rows. I think you will see in the pattern where she said, "Oh, I need this amount of rows between like the patterns," and I needed a couple in between each like color work, just to raise up the armhole a little bit, and it worked very well for myself. But my husband, I obviously didn't do it because he has broad shoulders, and I felt like he's not gonna need this. He's gonna be fine. He's actually better, and that's true. So it is actually better. It works very well for him. Sorry, I think I have more hair in my mouth. So, speaking of yarn, for this sweater I used Gepard Garn Kids Setter, so it's my hair in color red wine, as well as Gepard Garn Puno, and it's like a blown yarn, a very big. Let me see, I think I actually have one ball left. I'll show you. That's gonna be nice to see. Okay, here I am. Let me just show you. Let me see. Yeah, it's a beautiful color. I think it's actually my husband chose this one. Just beautiful. I believe the color is chestnut. The number is 170. I purchased it in my ivory room from Valentina, and as I said, like when I saw it, I was wondering if I might want to have something done in this color. It's gorgeous. But anyway, my husband loves it, and I absolutely love this yarn, I must admit. It's light, squishy, very warm, very soft. So especially if you want to knit something like this, something warm for your child, beautiful yarn. as well. I needed for my daughter her Selene in this yarn as well. But this color, look at this color, beautiful. So I don't think I have any possibly kid setter left, but I have only one ball left. I think I used like 11 balls, so it's not a cheap sweater, I must admit. I mean, I told my husband it's his birthday present because it took a lot of time. But lucky me, all of this, like this long body kind of stockinette was done whilst we were driving. We went on holiday beginning of April to France, from the UK all the way to the south of France, and I was mostly a passenger. My husband is very happy driving and I'm happy to be a passenger, but usually I'm not able to read or even use my phone, so it's boring. It's quite boring. We did listen to some audiobooks with children as well, but French motorways, as much as I like them, better than British probably, they're very long, wide and empty. I think maybe because there are more of them. It's just more of an easier drive than here. It gets a bit boring, but all the stockinette I was done basically on the road. It turned out that on a reasonably high gauge, it's quite easy to knit and I don't feel sick, because I do get motion sickness quite a bit, and it was fine. So it was a very nice use of the time I had on my hands. So very happy with that. Very happy with the sweater. One thing I didn't mention about the pattern is that Ventzel also, because basically this sweater is very oversized and you can use it as a jacket, which is what I do sometimes when I need to nip out and just pick up kids from school. I just kind of put it on instead of a coat. It's very warm, really nice. So like a February sweater if you need one. But mine, I mean, for myself, I made it longer, and Ventzel allows you to have like a longer version with like short rows at the back to cover your more bits. Well, my husband wanted a shorter version. I didn't do that for him. So yeah, but there are options. I'm very happy with Ventzel's patterns. I think they're very nicely structured. Not only worded, but like it's just structured. I always feel like it's all very understandable and very nicely done. So I can highly recommend. I really like your designs as well. So I have plenty of your designs I want to knit from. I think that's it. Yeah. I'm moving on to what I have currently on my needles. Okay, I think this needs a story to tell. When was that? I think in autumn last year. If I remember, I'll put a picture somewhere here. I'll put a picture. I saw a lovely image on Instagram of a hand with the kind of an emerald ring, green like emerald ring, and this kind of bit of a chunkier size sweater, like just end of the sleeve, in this nice emerald color. And I was like, I need this in my life. And it was a long way coming. I couldn't find the color I was after for a very, very, very long time. So let me just show you. First, what I found, which I really liked, was this beautiful yarn. This is West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite Lace. You see? I know it by heart now. It's a lace weight yarn in emerald. I think it's actually the color called emerald as well. Beautiful yarn, nice. It's 80% merino and 20% silk. Nice to touch, nice to feel, but it is lace. And mostly people, obviously, I mean, back in the day I didn't really still felt like I knew enough about yarn. It was like, I'm getting this. But just soon I realized I can't, this is more for shawls. I don't really want a shawl in my life at this point. So I thought I will pair it with another yarn. And I was on a hunt for another yarn to pair it with ever since. I mean, I was thinking of kind of starting over at all if I can't find the yarn. But first I think I tried some drops mohair, but it was awful to say very quickly. Then I bought quite a nice mohair from Rowan Kid Silk Haze. 70% mohair, 30% silk. Let me just show you. You see, it's much better. It looks much better, but it's still lace plus lace. It didn't give me enough oomph, I feel, because I wanted slightly like winter, like bigger jumper. This is actually color 692, I believe. I know with this colors by heart now. 692, and I think I have name Gem. So I felt like I need some more. Okay, so, and I was looking for more for a while, and I reached out to my Ivory Room. It's lovely, but in the shop in London. And she stocks a lot of gepard garn yarns, and I asked you to get me some of the green Kid Setter from Gepard Garn, and this is this one. Yeah. It's interesting on the camera. It seems to be a bit more on the blue side, but in fact it's very much green. Let me see if I can put them three together, and it's maybe camera will adjust itself and it gives more justice to, yeah, I see. And when together you can see that Kid Setter is much on the greener side, yeah, on the warmer side, yeah, you can see it together. And that's what I did. I purchased this, and I was like, okay, let me swatch three of them. Let's see if I can find my swatch. Where did I put it? The swatch I've made, yeah. Here you go. It's beautiful. I don't think the camera shows it that well, but it's a beautiful combination. So then it was just a question of finding the right pattern. So I looked on Ravelry quite a bit, and as put my eyes on the pattern by, let me just read it out because I feel like, okay, let's pronounce this. The designer is called Lene Holme Samsøe, I believe. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it okay, but if not, I'm sorry. She has a nice design. It's called Gabi blouse solo, and just this nice sweater with the kind of puffed sleeves. And I keep on looking at it, and I was like, that could be it, because it has quite a long ribbing, and it's exactly what I wanted, to have a bit of a ribbing on my, on the arms. And yes, that's what I started knitting. Let me just grab it. I mean, probably not much to see. First you do some pickup stitches for the back, and then continue kind of for the shoulders, and then eventually you pick up for the front, yeah, like this. So it's not much, as I said, not much to see at the moment. Eventually you pick up stitches for the sleeves. Maybe actually show that. Yeah, you can see a little bit these nice puff sleeves. I think that you need to kind of reinforce them a bit. But again, what I liked about the pattern, she has a video how to pick them up, because while the pattern gives you all the instructions, it was a bit complicated, and I wasn't sure I understand it correctly. Well, the videos are in, I'm not quite sure where she's from, the designer, Danish. Sorry, don't know. She has a video with subtitles, and subtitles are in English, and the video really helped me. So if you're thinking of making this one, which I can highly recommend at this stage at least, it was a very useful video, very nice. So what else to say? Yes, you pick up for the sleeve, and I think actually right now I'm at the point where I will split 4 sleeves and body, and it's going to be endless stockinette. So hopefully next time I'll show, if not completed work. Sorry, I think I'm losing one stitch. That's it. So hopefully next time it's going to be more of it. I was wondering if I need to knit the sweater, like in April. But the thing is, I was searching for this yarn for such a long time, and I felt like I was always on the lookout for emerald sweater, and you can see it influenced a lot of my yarn purchases later. So I felt I need to start now, because if I don't, then I will be continue looking for these yarns again and again. So I need to have it in my life and probably move on to something else. This pattern is actually calls for gepard yarn kit setup, just what I have, plus gepard yarn wild and soft. However, I'm obviously using a lace weight West Yorkshire spinners plus mohair. I hit gauge, which is nice. So hopefully it will work out quite well. It will be airy but still very warm. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's gonna be my emerald sweater, which I was looking forward for such a long time and try to get. Okay, now you'll see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about influencing my choices. So my second work in progress is Camisole No. 2 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. And the reason I chose it was quite simple. I only had one ball of yarn. Let me just show it to you. It's beautiful yarn. But yeah, you can see how it shines. It's just gorgeous. I went to Unravel in the beginning of this year, I don't know, February, was it March? And it was, I saw one vendor had, it was actually the yarn badger, is the hand dyer, and there was only one hank left of this one, and I wanted to, because I thought I wouldn't mind making a camisole number 9 for My Favourite Things Knitwear. And I was like, okay, I have only one, and I was like, should I let it go? But then back in, I was like, I need this color. I would fall in love with this color. Just still am. So unfortunately, it's just kind of a long tube. Yeah, like this. I should stretch quite a bit. I know it looks a bit small, but because it's a ribbon, I think it will be fine. The pattern actually originally asked to have a different sort of ribbon at the bottom, but I decided to skip it because it's going to be a tank, like it's a small thing, so I thought it's just not needed, and I saw quite a few people on Ravelry also omitted it, which is why I'm doing that. But as I said, it's just more like a TV knitting, you don't have to think much of that. Yeah, hopefully next time it's going to be more, but we'll see when. What else do I have? Oops, sorry about the noise. Oh yeah, another project that I have is what's the name? It's a Winter Sunrise Beanie by Teti Lutsak. That's a Ukrainian designer. That's a hat that my daughter has chosen. I usually prefer something not so elaborate, but she said it's boring, so it's kind of gorgeous. I don't know how to show it. Look at this. It's obviously she wants something more interesting. What I liked about this design is how just the designer incorporates it all together. It's all like thought through. Look at this. And you have all this kind of bubble things here as well. I had to actually unravel here a little bit. I think I made a mistake, and now we're kind of reaching the end of season, and I feel like, do I need to finish or should I pick it up later? So I'm not sure at the moment. But this is, speaking of this beanie, this is also done using gepard yarn Purl, just like the Super Selene. Let me just show you this. It's like a dusty orange color, beautiful. Let me see what the color is. It's 422 color. It's like dusty rose, and this is the color I used for my daughter's not Super Selene. It's gonna be just Selene Junior sweater, which is yes. And I had like one a bit left, so I thought I need to use it. I think probably still will have some more left. We'll see. But it's beautiful color, beautiful soft yarn. So nice. still a bit half left. We'll see. So it's another work in progress that I have. As I said, I quite like the pattern. Was understandable. I think it was one mistake in the pattern which you noticed, but it was very simple, like to move the beginning of round, which you kind of understand even if it's not, it doesn't tell you to do it. And speaking of the Teti Lutsak, my latest work in progress is a test knit for her. I applied without, I didn't think I will get anywhere because I don't have any followers on Instagram of this tiny amount. So I'm obviously not on YouTube, but at least I wasn't until then. And I thought, she's a very established designer. She has lots of nice designs, and I love them. I actually purchased a couple of her patterns which I want to make, and her new Helical Pullover is going to be soon out, and she was calling for testers, so I applied, and oddly enough I was accepted, so here I am. Let me just find the swatch I made. So my issue was that I think it calls for sport weight yarn, and the one she recommends, I think the only shop that sells it in the UK didn't have the colours which would speak to me. I bought, I think, first one yarn, but then I wasn't sure about that. And that's my second attempt, which I thought, let me just see. Oh yeah, but it's much bluer, just more colder blue for some reason, while it is more like a warmer. If you can say warm, but it's not that cold. Something is my nose. I'm sorry. So finally, I had to go up 2 needle sizes to hit gauge. That's me. Tight knitting. But I did, and yesterday I started knitting the actual sweater. I need to finish it until by the end of May, I believe. Give some feedback. So far I'm quite impressed. Again, very thoughtful design. The neckline is kind of interesting. She's using like imitation of tubular cast on with scrap yarn. I've never done it. It's very interesting how she does. It's not much to see, I guess. You have some short rows here, and actually I just finished at a point where I need to start color work. So that's me here. And actually, let me show you the second yarn combination I will be using. Yeah. So the yarn I'm using for this test knit is Rosa Pomar Vovo. This color, I even remember the name because it's A568. The color is odd color, must be maybe a new one, I don't know, but it's not normal color, because normally they say like 257, but this is different. And this color, this is actually a bit more of a normal color, 27. It's a contrasting color, and as I say, I think they should go well. So yeah, I hope it will work out very well, and hopefully my first test knit will be successful there. Fingers crossed. I think I will have now I have yarn I'm happy with. I think I will be fine. So really happy. I'm really grateful because, as I said, I didn't think I would be chosen for such a big designer, but here I am. Okay, and I think the last thing I want to mention today is, I'll show you a swatch because I didn't go very far. I didn't get very far. Probably won't for the next month. Yeah, so this is my swatch. This is Knitting for Olive, pure silk in color P Shorts. It's a lovely color, and I'm gonna be making Melida's dress by Ines Oliveira. I bought the yarn, I chose it, but I must admit the pattern itself is intimidating. It's like 39 pages. You take all your measurements. I think I almost hit the gauge here, finally. Took me a few attempts, but it's a big job, so I think after I finish my test knit and my winter plans / spring plans, I'll get into summer knitting. Exciting. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you're still here, thank you for watching. I think my voice is getting a bit rough, but if there is anything you want to add, if you work with these designers, please let me know. I mean, if you have any questions, I will try to link everything below in the description, any yarns I used, all the patterns. And if you have questions, just post them right there. I will try to answer them. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you like it, please hit subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. And hopefully see you next time.